Hello, Cancer. My name is Paul, and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we have the very graceful, very calm, cool, and collected Queen of Swords. All right. Good energy to have. Very, very balanced. I think it's really what we're aspiring to. I think this is, we're hoping to bring this into our energy, I think, right? This is getting that higher perspective. This is clarity. This is kind of clarity of thought, clarity of feeling. I have a suspicion about this card, though. We're going to put this into some context, okay? Interesting. Yeah. Oh, okay. Some fire, some water, and more fire. Yeah, a lot of the fire energy right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting this impression from this, from the Queen of Swords here, that we might be a little bit in the clouds, right? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one card using the Waite Smith Tarot. We're going to put it here. We'll put Alien Simon Mork Ripley. Yes, that is their full legal name right there on top of that card. And hopefully that card can tie everything together and will give us the confirmation that we need. But we're doing something a little different on this channel, trying to make it more interactive. If at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, I want you to type your answer into the comment section. Okay? I'm trying to see if we can raise our vibrations, if we can collectively tap into source, into spirit, into our own intuition, and start discerning that mystery card together. Okay? But first, let's take a look around the room. The only major arcana is the Art or Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, perhaps. Okay. This might be, this is some spiritual energy that really is about finding balance, about experimenting with different things until we find the right mixture. Okay. This is a card that says, keep trying different things, keep adjusting the recipe. Eventually, you'll find the absolute perfect dish, you know. I like this card. It reminds me of being in a kitchen. And I do love to cook. Maybe in a different life, I would be a chef or something. We have a lot of fire energy. 1, 2, 3, 4 fire cards. We have a couple of water cards. We have a couple of air cards. And we've got this earth energy behind us, right? So I get this feeling, especially with the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Swords here, is that we might be living in the clouds a little bit. I feel like our imagination is kind of working overtime here. Yeah, that we are, we're really in search of this clarity. We're in search of something, right? Kind of with this, the Art or Temperance, like that perfect dish, right? We want to finally get the recipe just right where it's like, aha, the great kind of revelation, that great moment, right? So we're kind of up in our minds, up in our spirit, up in our clouds, you know? We're spending a lot of time in the kitchen, so to speak. And it might be difficult for us to concentrate right now on the practical things. See, we don't have a lot of earth energy here. We have the Prince of Pentacles. This is fixed earth. This is some Taurus energy. And this might be kind of suggesting that some of our routines are being kind of left behind. They're kind of drifting away, or we're drifting away from them, let's say. This is our practical, orderly, sustained life. This is kind of our day-to-day activities. It's fixed earth. It's kind of our daily routine. It's our practical life, right? But we're in search of something, and we're starting to drift off into the clouds in search of our Holy Grail, in search of this creativity, inspiration, whatever this great revelation is. We're trying to find the source of the water. We're trying to find source, spirit. We're trying to find the well that nourishes everything, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, creative, right? This is the Nine of Cups over here. But this isn't our fears, worries, and concerns, okay? That's going to be important. Down beneath everything, this is the fixed air energy. This is the Prince of Swords. This might really be showing that it's difficult for us to concentrate on anything that's too fixed, right? Because this energy here is not fixed. This is volatile. This is energy that is going off in many different directions, floating around above the clouds, right? Soaring through time and space. This is fixed. This is energy that's routine, that's stable, that's steady, predictable, and reliable. Okay? And it could even indicate that we might be relying on other people in our lives right now to kind of keep us grounded a little bit, just a little bit, okay? We don't want to completely fly away. I saw a news story about someone that they attached themselves to like 1,000 helium balloons. Don't try that. It doesn't sound like a good idea to me. And it didn't turn out very well for this person either, as far as the news story reported. So we might be relying on others. If not, we should, right? Let's solicit some help from others in our lives to keep us kind of grounded, to keep us a little bit fixed to the earth, at least with some sort of tether, so we don't float away. Okay. In our attempt to, understand something or find something or seek the source of something, we've got now fire energy to deal with, and quite a bit of it, right? We have a 2, 4, 5, and 8 of Wands. First of all is the 4 of Wands up here above everything. Maybe we're trying to understand how something works, right? This is a cycle. This is completion. This is, it's like, this is the energy that someone shows you how to do something and then says, okay, here, you do it, right? As a demonstration that we understand how to do it. It's like Spirit has shown you something. Maybe you've had a vision. You've had a dream. There's something that you are seeking. There's something that you've witnessed, perhaps. And now you're trying to understand it. You're trying to figure out how, you're trying to make sense of it. You're trying to get to the core, to the meaning of it. Maybe there's a practical side to this. Maybe it is an attempt to really develop skill in some area. Someone has maybe literally shown you how to do something, and now it's just like, okay, now you do it, right? And we're trying to make sense of it. We're trying to figure it out. But there's some difficulty. 5 of Wands here. We want to make sense of it. We want to understand the cycle. Maybe this is understanding our own personal cycles of creativity, of what's going on with us spiritually or emotionally or creatively, right? Periods of intense religious feeling, then periods of dryness, periods of intense creativity, and then blockage. We're trying to understand this, but at the same time, look here at the 2 of Wands, Mars and Aries. Sometimes we just want to smash it. We either want to figure it out and understand the cycles, or we want to smash it. Okay? So it's like we're up here in our laboratory in the clouds trying to figure this thing out. And this is our laboratory. We're moving here to the path of the serpent. We'll be back, I'm sure, to the other cards over here. But with the Art or Temperance card, this is the arena where you test this is the, what is it, America's Test Kitchen, right? We're in there trying to do this, trying to figure it out. It's the laboratory. Maybe we're trying to reverse engineer something. We're trying to understand maybe why we do the things we do, why our work comes in waves of intensity. What kind of cycles are we prone to? Cycles of creativity versus stagnation or dryness or blockage. And then intense flow again, right? And I think that it can sometimes anger you. And we got a 5 of Wands down here anyway. But this is a card, this is the spiritual energy that's in the room, and it's saying you just have to keep experimenting. Keep throwing different things. If it doesn't work, yeah, it's fine to kind of scrap it and start over. Right? You left it in the oven too long, you can't really fix it, got to throw it out and start again. Right? We don't have any, well, we do have an ace. We have the Ace of Cups here. So there's that idea of, we might just have to just get out a new mixing bowl, put some new ingredients in there, and start going again. I think I'm ready for breakfast because all of my metaphors today have been about food. This is the energy that is going to test you, that is going to laugh when you fail sometimes, right? Because it's not a demonic laugh. It's a very loving kind of chuckle, I guess. Because with every failure comes new knowledge, new skill. It's a learning experience. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. We don't move beyond ourselves or our cycles if we don't have any kind of challenge. See, the Four of Wands by itself is fine, but it's just a wheel that turns. It's just creation, destruction, creation, destruction. I ended one thing, I start a new thing. But it's the same thing, right? So yes, we might learn how to do this one particular thing, but then that's all we know, right? Unless we can really understand what is essential to this. What is it about this thing that can apply to all things? What's the one thing that you can learn that will apply to everything? If I learn how this one thing works, then I will understand how all things work. It's a pretty lofty goal. I wonder if that is what you're after. Something akin to that, something similar. Something that is abstract. Something that can be like a universal medicine, What is the one substance that can cure all disease? I don't know. I'm not a medical professional. This is not a medical reading. I'm not qualified to give any medical advice, though I was an EMT for a brief period of time. What is the one energy that you can discover within yourself that will unlock the doorway to every other energy, every other event, circumstance, conversation, everything? You want the key to the universe here. You either want to find it and understand it or smash it. And obviously, 5 of Wands in the environment. Yeah, sometimes we just want to smash it. But this is a test of your control as well as your commitment, as well as your ability to grow and to, it's a test of your tolerance, really. But the 5 of Wands is saying we grow by being uncomfortable. We grow not by being uncomfortable and then just impulsively letting all of our anger out. right? You can go put yourself into any kind of difficult situation. Doesn't mean you're going to learn anything. I mean, you might just have an outburst, and that's that. The Five of Wands is a very unique card. This is Saturn in Leo. This is about disciplining your show of force, right? Put yourself into an uncomfortable position. Can you still maintain control? That's the real test. That's how we grow in willpower, in spiritual strength. It's easy to go and be in a challenging situation and just react, kind of the way everybody expects you to act, But for you to restrain yourself, that's why it's the turning your other cheek thing, right? Someone smites you on one cheek, you offer them the other cheek. Because what does your instinct tell you? Someone hits you, you hit back right away. You Five of Wands with them, You fight with them. So it's a tremendous show of control to be hit and to just turn the other cheek. Now, I'm not advocating violence. I feel like this reading has a lot of disclaimers. We're not talking about physical violence here. This is about spiritual energy. Okay? No one should be hitting anybody. But my daughter did start jujitsu class recently. So now we're having to have the whole conversation about when it's appropriate to, to wrestle with somebody, to hit somebody, to use force and strength with another person, And that's a very delicate subject. You can't just say, well, if someone hits you, you hit them back. Well, sometimes that's not always the best move, right? And in this case, your ability to control that urge to smash this is showing your growth. That's how you continue to grow, right? And I think this is very, very important. Sometimes the greatest show of strength is to not show your strength, right? The greatest display of power is not to display your power, to resist the urge to just unleash all of your kind of, muscular strength and smash something. It shows a lot more strength to withstand that intense urge. And Nine of Cups. We're trying to find the source. We're trying to find the source of all love, beauty, joy, pleasure, and abundance in the world. Trying to understand the universe, the meaning of life, the key to the universe. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative, fulfillment, and abundance. This is the pursuit of pure bliss. It's in the position of our fears, worries, and concerns. It's in the position of what we don't want. I mean, the obvious thing is, what if we don't find this? What if we don't experience this? What if we get to the bottom of the well and there's nothing there, it's empty? Right? It's our fear that what we find is not going to fulfill us. So this is here. If this is our dreams, our aspirations, if this is us in our imagination doing this spiritual work, the fear is that we'll never attain this kind of spiritual bliss. We'll never be happy. But see, that's the trick of the Nine of Cups. This is not happiness. This is not the state of being happy. This is not the state of being blissful or being bliss. This is the pursuit of that. And it could be one of those, the journey is more important than the destinations. I used to say with this card that I like the pursuit of bliss better than bliss itself. I like the Nine of Cups better than the Ten of Cups. Because the Ten of Cups, if you become bliss, you can't experience bliss. If you become sugar, you can never taste sugar. So it's in the pursuit of that and the little tastes we get here and there, those brief moments where we experience it, It makes it all worthwhile. If we were permanently in that state, well, maybe you go into the realm of ascended masters and that sort of thing, but those that come back from that state of bliss, perhaps to implement this knowledge in a helpful way for others, right? I'm starting to get emotional. I don't know why. You'll have to forgive me here. I almost feel like there's more to this story than we're seeing here. There's more to what you are aspiring to than just finding the key to the universe. It's like you want to unlock the door so we can all rush through, right? There's something very altruistic in what you're doing. Now, the final card is this Eight of Wands. And I think, for one, the Eight of Wands shows that we have the ability to have several different motivations at once. Okay? Nothing is black and white. Just because you want to find happiness for yourself doesn't automatically mean or exclude the idea that you want to find the key to the universe and happiness for everybody else too. So the Eight of Wands to me is saying that we can have different agendas. There are a lot of factors that go into any situation. When you look at an event, why did this event happen? You can't just say, oh, well, it happened because of that thing. I mean, that's a little bit too much of a causal connection for me. Right? I think, yes, it happened because of that thing a little bit, but because of a infinite number, I was going to say a trillion, but more than that, an infinite number of other things also were the cause of this. So we might be mistaken in thinking that what causes happiness, what causes these moments of spiritual bliss, we might be mistaken thinking that there is one kind of smallest particle. It's like physicists trying to split matter to find the most basic source or building block of matter. The further we get, the more things we see. You can never get to the bottom of the well. That's the point here. Maybe in our efforts to get there, we're missing the point a little bit, perhaps. So, I don't know, with an Eight of Wands, this is kind of difficult for me to pinpoint. I think we need something stronger here. Hopefully that mystery card is maybe an Ace of Wands or something. Maybe a 9 or a 10 of Wands for the mystery card. Because I feel like we're exhausting every avenue of investigation here with whatever we're searching for, whatever you're looking for in life. I almost feel like it's right around it. It is you already. So we're seeking it, but maybe we don't even know exactly what it looks like. We don't know how to recognize it if we found it, you know? So it's interesting that the card of swiftness is here at the end. And maybe this is kind of saying that it's not an end, that there is no end. At the end is the beginning. That in every moment there are a multitude of factors that go into every single moment. There are an infinite number of causes to any one effect. We could go the other way and say we need to find the very center of this card, the very center of this diamond, this prism. And maybe that is the spiritual light. Maybe this will be the sun, or the mystery card. Maybe this will be the sun card. Maybe that will be the maybe the Ace of Wands, like I said. I think we should take a look at this now. But, you know, also with the Eight of Wands, I want to say that this is a card that kind of says keep on going, right? That is similar to the Art or Temperance card. There's going to be challenges, but we can't let it just be a flash in the pan. We can't quit at the first discouragement. You know, if you think of scientists, physicists that try to get to the meaning of life, try to find the key, right, of life and biology and existence, and trying to find like this unified theory, or just to get to the bottom of things. You know, could you imagine if the first person that started those investigations just quit, right? Had all this intensity, but then the first obstacle, oh well, couldn't do it. Imagine where we would be. So this is a card that says, look, don't give up. You might have to find different avenues of investigation. Don't just go in one direction and think, well, it wasn't there, so I quit. Go through all of the points of the compass here. This is the compass rose. We have to send our energy out into every direction to see what we might find. Okay, so this kind of says, look, keep dreaming, keep aspiring, keep shooting for what's on the other side of the rainbow there. Right? You might just find it. Let's look at the mystery card now. I like this. I like the idea that we are dreamers, you know? We are aspiring, and maybe we can't pinpoint what it is that we're aspiring to, or what it is going to look like when we see it, but we're going to keep dreaming, and we're going to keep aspiring. Let's look at the mystery card. This is the point of the reading where I ask you all to try to connect with these images and these energies. Let's raise our vibrations. Let's tap into our source. Let's tap into intuition. And let's see what we think this should be. I'll leave the camera here for a minute. You can pause the video if you like. Put your answers into the comment section, or I guess in the chat thing. I might start premiering some of these readings so that everybody can kind of interact in the chat. I kind of thought it would be an Ace of Wands, maybe. Maybe another Ace of Cups. But I kind of want to see a card of like success, that we're discovering something, and it may not be what we thought it was, it may not look like what we thought it was, but we're having the revelation that we're seeking. Maybe we need the Judgment card, right? That's kind of the final judgment, the revelation, the wake-up call, the rebirth. Maybe Judgment. Maybe the Star. Maybe we're finding that other dimension. We're finding that star out there in the night sky. Out of all the trillions and trillions of stars, we're finding the one that we were looking for. So maybe the Star card. Do you have your final answers in? Because I'm going to flip this card over now. And this is the Judgment card. This is the revelation, right? So let's keep dreaming. Let's keep aspiring. Because what we're seeking is out there. Maybe what we're seeking is seeking us, right? So don't worry if you feel, or if others are telling you, if you're starting to realize, or maybe I told you, that you got your head in the clouds, that you're dreaming, that you're kind of floating away, that you're getting really far out there. That's okay. You're right where you're meant to be. And the confirmation, the revelation, the answer to all your questions is coming. Okay? You are exactly where you're meant to be. Very intense, very interesting reading. We're going to do an extended too. If you want to stick around, click either above or below. New readings for Cancer every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. Thank you for watching this reading all the way through until the end. It's a great way to support the channel. right? Helps out the algorithm, then the algorithm kind of looks favorably upon the channel, and I appreciate that. I want you to remember, Cancer, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we are all in this together.